This is my mid-80s Simplicity 5216 Hydro. So now we got a 18 horse Kohler V-twin overhead valve engine on it. And this cab is what I'm working on right now. Just got the windows on it today. And by the way, this is my first YouTube video, so you have to excuse the generic looking camera. It's my phone. Anyhow, pretty proud of this. Door is nice and heavy. Got seal around all of it. And inside, it's bare metal still. The frame / cage is painted for the most part, except for that back wall, which is the last one I did. The last piece I did, I welded. Eventually I'll probably just paint the whole thing inside orange. But it's my sporty steering wheel, ha ha ha. Came off a Toro. Steering wheel that was on here was junk. What's nice about this is kind of like your expensive, bigger garden tractor. They have a fuel gauge, an actual gauge. I just got a cheap $20 mechanical gauge that's right inside the cab that is supposed to be there from the factory, so I can still see how much fuel I have without having to go buy an expensive John Deere or equivalent. And it's still, the snowblower still got the manual lifting mechanism, which I'm probably gonna get one of those electric lifts. I've seen a video on here before with people that's done that with their snowblowers. It's the best option for a garden tractor or a rider that doesn't have a hydraulic power supplied to the front of the mower for a power lift or power steering. Door shuts real nice. Got the latch on there. Sometimes you gotta slam it a little bit. Seals will break in eventually and it'll shut a lot better. I still got that back there. Of course, Saints original stickers. They were on there when I bought it. They're decals. And this, I've seen lots of videos of people doing this with their snowblowers, is a window motor from a 2002 Chevy Malibu. Picked it up for $30 from a junkyard. I'm gonna make my chute electric powered instead of hand operated, and it's gonna be easier because since with the cab, and by the way, this cab is completely constructed out of 1-inch tubing and angle iron for certain areas, like for what the window's bolted to. And the way this is angled for the chute, to turn the chute left or right, I did have an idea that would have probably worked, but this is just more streamlined. It's going to be neater and it's going to be easier to accomplish, and it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be an upgrade compared to like your bigger, more expensive lawnmowers. This, I just put this piece right here on. It's the last piece of sheet metal. I was waiting to do this last. Paint's still wet. And these weren't on there. My flag markers, I made those. They're not quite heavy enough I bump into them quite often. I did bend the one a little bit, but it bent back. So I've got to do something with those. I could go a little extreme and put 1-inch tubing and bolt that on there, but I think that's a little extreme. Might be some overkill there. But eventually, my idea for the exhaust, because if you have a cab, it's not going to be 100% completely sealed up. But if you have a cab like this, instead of having one single stack coming up, which would have to be on this side, because on that side I'm going to have my power chute, motor, and wiring, and it would just make more sense to have the exhaust come on this side. So my idea is to construct exhaust pipe that goes ahead of the engine. I'm sorry I don't have the hood open to show you the motor, but I got stuff on here. I don't want to lose anything, move it around. I know where it is. But is to construct exhaust pipe from this cylinder, and there's enough spacing in between the front grille, because the grille and the hood's all one piece. Enough spacing, I can bring this around. Nobody will see it. Bring it around, have it come over here. And at first, I was going to have one single stack. Got a 90-degree elbow here that I welded up. It's from a previous tailpipe of a pickup I had. I was going to have one single stack. And I was going to make a Y pipe on the end of this, so both cylinders would dump into this pipe. And then I was going to get your standard tractor muffler, if that's what you want to call it. I found one at my local farm store for like a case, I think it was. It was a small one. Probably pipe was a little smaller than this. I would have had to get a reducer or something. But it was the cheapest one. But my idea is instead to have like a sports exhaust kind of set up. Like I'm going to have dual stacks come up on the exact same side right here. I'm going to use the same stock mufflers that's on it right now, the same lawnmower mufflers. It's just the standard lawn cylinder type shaped style, and it's kind of welded onto the exhaust fixtures, bolted to the block the way it is right now. I custom put those on, but I'm gonna use both those mufflers, and I'm gonna have them come up on this side. And I should probably have tractor flaps on it, but I think it'd be really neat to have them cut at some kind of angle and have one shorter than the other, so it kind of looks a little like a sportier kind of look, and it might sound a little bit better. But I was gonna have pipe welded. I was gonna slide pipe over the muffler itself, and I was gonna weld it towards the bottom around this curve right here. So the muffler will basically be kind of hidden, but it'll be there. It'll still do its job. And then you'll have pipe coming out, so it'll give it a little more of a noise, if that's what you want to call it. A little bit of a different noise. Instead of just having a muffler, you'll have the sound coming out of pipe. But more than likely, the cylinder on that side of the engine, the other side, not this cylinder, the other cylinder on the right side of the mower, since that's got to have pipe run this way, if I did do it that way, I would have that one be the shorter one, because that's already got to travel so much distance before it actually comes out. And I would have this one on this cylinder be the longer one, so in hopes maybe it won't sound horribly bad. Not that it's like a race car or anything, but you know, if you're gonna do something like this, you might as well at least try to have it sound good, right? And of course, extra stickers from the exhaust system on my truck. Didn't know what to do with them, so I thought, hey, why not stick them on the mower? No sense of letting good stickers go to waste. But that's my video, the first one. Rate it, comment it. I'm sure I'm not going to get a good rating. Like I said, the video is not all that great. It's from my phone. But I'm liking this so far, though. You guys tell me what you think, if you got any ideas. I was also toying around with, I'm going to have to make like some kind of a dash or something in there, some kind of dashboard or something to put my switches on for my lights that I haven't bought yet. I still got to get the lights for it yet. I'm gonna get your typical amber light to put on the roof, so if I'm out in the street I can flip it on if it's dark. Nice thing about using this orange is it's very easy to see, especially if it's windy and it's snowing really heavy. I mean, if somebody can't see a big orange device being used right ahead of them, then we have a problem. But alrighty, well, I will post at you later.